Alright, hey guys. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a trade review on a pretty great trade. Very low volume though, so quite a hard trade to get. So the trade is a blow-off top on TLX. I took this yesterday, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how I probably should have managed it, as well as how I did manage it, and talk about what we can improve. So, it's not financial advice by any means. So yeah, please read the screen. And yeah, so what is a blow-off top? Stock has been in a serious uptrend of unsustainable growth rate and then gives way to an opportunity to short as the stock changes hands and the average price rises. So typically with blow-off tops, it can be over a couple of days, it can be over a couple of weeks, whatever it is, but it gets almost vertical, right? And the angle of the trend is very important. So the angle of the trend shows the sustainability of it. If it's very sharp on its way up and there's nothing behind it, then a lot of the time it's up too high. Well, not necessarily up too high, but due for a bit of a pullback. So how was the extra position? So, this was Monday, so this is what actually happened on the day. But you can see that the extra had been kind of pressing into the 7,400 level, but couldn't really break it. And then in the first 30 minutes, it broke through all the recent day levels. And then we saw some kind of chop, but still kind of down for a few more candles. But yeah, so that kind of added to our short thesis. So what was the catalyst? It was a clinical trial update. It was they were saying that the recruitments are closed, I believe. But it didn't really matter to me. I mean, I was mainly just wanting to watch the tape and stuff like that because I know this stock. I've been watching it over the past couple of days, trading on its way up as well. So yesterday's closing price was 641. The gap up was 1.4%, negative 1.4%, I believe. And short float 1.56%. Small amount of shares on issue. And the ATR was about 30 cents at the time. So the daily positioning. So this is the day prior to the blow-off top. So you can see kind of what we're talking about here, right? It developed a range kind of nicely, broke out of that range to the upside and just rallied for a few days. And that rally is from 641 from 471. So, it's a very substantial rally. And the other thing that you got to pay attention to is the volume, right? The volume is increasing, which means that the shares are changing hands as it goes up. So this is the intraday chart. So this is what we want to talk about here. So basically the stock opened down a bit. It had a little bit of a struggle, came up, started defending. Very low volume, right? This is the point that I want to bring up to you. So low volume here. So you can see that the volume showed that maybe the move up was a bit unsustainable. It was kind of dying out a little bit. So I wanted to start a short around there as it started to show a red candle, but I didn't. I actually got in straight on VWAP around, and then sized in a bit here as it broke through the low of day print. I should have also sized in through the, like this. So you see here, there's a 6, it takes, it comes back up, starts to hammer, starts to hold below. That's when I should have put in more size. But what I did was I exited partial here, then partial down at the 580, and my final partial was here, I believe, and then on the way up a little bit there. So really well managed on that point, but at the same point, I probably could have hit it with more size going through the levels. So that's the main point that I really want to improve on this style trade in the future, because I know this trade quite well. So yeah, definitely could have hit harder. Could have hit a starter, like a quarter tier in front of the 40, risking off the 40, hit through VWAP, hit through low of day, hit through even the 6 hold, and then you see this, that's often a sign that it's going to continue back down, as much as people think it's not. It's like a candlestick pattern. So hit back through here even. And then, there was so many times to get short again where you could have got a small scalp, you could have got that move down there quite easily as it tweezed the top, kind of pushed up, holding below the 2% VWAP, and started to move. So definitely could have hit that as well. But now I'm going to bring you to the tape. So this is the tape on when the sellers started to really step up. So, you know, we're going to talk about this a little bit, but you see the tape, it's moving quickly, as well as the sellers are hitting with good size. There's a couple buyers who come in and try to, you know, sweep back, but they can't sustain it. That's the main point, is that when you see this big, kind of bigger bids step in, then it pauses and the sellers come in and sweep it down, and they hit it harder than the buyers were hitting it. You know, this is kind of the issue with these much wickier stocks. You know, it didn't really have that much on the book, not that much liquidity. And so for a lot of the people who were trading this, who were trying to get on bigger size, you have to do it gradually, right? Which is why it's important to note those levels where you could have hit it harder. But yeah, so that's definitely what we could have improved. Sized into the pullbacks as well. We could have got some more size on the pullbacks, like we said. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day.